Okay, and this second video is reminding you how to do something you did struggle with a little bit in the first semester. I'm just going to have you work more kind of extensively on it here. It won't be that hard, okay? Because you never had done this in Algebra 1, so I think like in the first semester I was kind of just going very fast through it. So let's find the product, okay? Now you understand this, okay? Find the product. And then write those first two problems down, okay? X minus 6, x minus 2. Then later just go x plus 3, x plus 7. So find the product. You've done this before. You just do the FOIL. X times x, x times negative 2, negative 6 times x, and negative 6 times negative 2. So that's x to the second, that's negative 2x, that's negative 6x, and that's 12. So we combine the like terms in the middle, and that'd be negative 8x. So the answer is x squared minus 8x, or plus negative 8x, plus 12. Okay, that's your product. Okay, then right here, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to take x times x, x times 7, 3 times x, and 3 times 7. So that's going to be x to the second, that's going to be 7x, that's going to be 3x, and that's 21. These two would be combined to make 10x. So I'd have x to the second plus 10x plus 21. Now, what we're doing on this is factor the expressions. Now, here's what factor the expressions means. It means go from here back to your two parentheses, okay? So the first problem we have is x to the second power plus 11x plus 18. So we make the two parentheses. And this is x to the second. Well, how did you get x to the second? Well, it's x times x, okay? So we'll go x. Now, this times this was 12 up here, so this times this has to be positive 18. So make a table. Now put 18, and 18's positive. And by the way, if you have a number in front of the x squared and it wouldn't be a 1, you would have to take a times c, okay? Yeah, why don't you just get used to that? A, B, C. Now, take your A times your C. 1 times 18 is 18. Now, it's positive. So how can I multiply two numbers to get a positive? Well, I could go negative times negative. We'll start with that. And when I add these, they have to add up to the middle, which is positive 11. Now, I start taking 18 divided by integers, okay? So 1 would be your first. So 18 divided by 1, what's that equal? I put what it equals on this side, 18. Now if I add negative 1 and negative 18, that isn't 11, okay? So we have to go. After 1 comes 2, do negative, negative. Whenever we have a plus there, we'll start with negative times negative. If I divide by 2, that's 9, so I put the answer 18 divided by 2 is 9. Now if I add those, that's negative 11, but I need to get to positive 11. Well, I can do that if I just change the signs. Now it's positive 11. So I go plus 2, plus 9. That's the answer, okay? Next problem, we have x to the second power plus 3x plus 2. Again, make two parentheses. X second could be, you would get that with x times x. Okay, A, B, C. Don't put the 1 there. Just know that that's a 1. Now I take 1 times 2. That would be 2. Okay, so negative, negative. And we have to add to get to plus 3. So 2 divided by 1 is 2. And again, you divide 2 by 1, you get 2. Now, if I add those, that's negative 3, but again, I have to get to plus 3. Well, I can do that if I go plus, plus. So x plus 1 times x plus 2. Okay, next one. A to the second power plus 7a plus 10. How would you get a to the second? That'd be a times a. Now, a, b, c. So 1 times 10 is 10, plus 10. So again, positive product would be a negative times a negative. That's always a positive. It could be positive times positive too, but we can always switch it. So we're adding to get to plus 7. So I divide 10, start dividing 10 by numbers. 1, 10 divided by 1 is 10. If I add those, it's not 7 though, it's not even close. Okay, after 1 comes 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. So if I add those two, that would be negative 7, but I need positive 7. So if I made them both positives, then they would add up to positive 7. So plus 2, plus 5. Okay, moving it right along. P to the second power plus 9p plus 14. So I go p times p. Okay, 1 times 14 is 14. Okay, positive. Okay, so negative, negative. And I need to add to try to get to the b, which is 9. Okay, so 14 divided by 1 is 14. But that doesn't add to 9. So I reset my negatives. Now I divide 14 by 2. That would be 7. So I put the 2 I divided by, and then my answer is 7. Okay, if I add these, okay, that's negative 9. Well, I got to get to positive 9, which again I can do with plus plus. So it's p plus 2 times p plus 7. Okay, my next one, x to the second power minus 4x plus 3. So x. Okay, a, b, c. So 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, positive 3. So again, we would want to go negative, negative, and we would have to add the factors to negative 4. Negative 4 this time. So 3 divided by 1 would be 3. If I add those, that's negative 4, and I want it to be negative 4 this time, so I don't make them plus. So x minus 1, x minus 3. Okay, and then the last one we have t to the, no, not the last one, but kind of the last one when we're doing negative, negative with them. Oh, t times t, okay. So ABC, so 1 times 12 is 12. It's positive, so it's got to be a negative times a negative. And we're adding to try to get to negative 8. Nope. 12, remember 12 divided by 2, the answer to 12 divided by 2 would be 6, okay? Add those, negative 2, negative 6, that's negative 8, okay? And we want it to be negative 8, so minus 2, minus 6. Okay, skip these next two, we're not going to do the FOIL again, that's how you find a product, okay? Factor the expression. F to the second plus 4f minus 32. Okay, same thing, but we're going to notice one little change, and it's a big change. Okay, 1 times negative 32. This time it's negative 32. So a negative wouldn't be a negative times a negative, okay? To multiply two numbers to a negative, one's got to be plus, one's got to be minus, okay? So when I have these pluses, it's either negative, negative, I switch it to positive, positive. But when I'm doing a negative, okay, trying to factor with a negative right there, I need a positive and a negative. Okay, now I start dividing 32. 32 divided by 1 is 32, and we're trying to add to get to plus 4, because there we go. That is not plus 4. 32 divided by 2 is 16. Add those, no. 32 divided by 3, I'm going to take a calculator and do that. That's how you need to be dividing right there, 32 divided by the number you put here. If you get a decimal, skip it. After 3 would come 4, so I'd take 32 divided by 4. Okay, I just divided by 4, and my answer was 8. Now add them, see if they add up to positive 4. So just add 4 to negative 8. Okay, that's negative 4, so I'm done. I can circle those, but how would I make it into positive 4? Switch the signs, plus, minus, okay? So it'd be f minus 4 times f plus 8. Okay, next problem, x to the second power plus 6x minus 72. So 2 parentheses. Okay, xx. Okay, so again, ABC, 1 times negative 72 is negative 72. Okay. Again, that's a negative, so that's going to be a positive times a negative. Okay. And we want to add to try to get to positive 6. So 72 divided by 1 is 72, but that doesn't add to anywhere as close to 6. Okay, 72 divided by 2, 36, so I put 2, 36. Add those, nope. 72 divided by 3 is 24. Add those, nope, that isn't close to 6. 72 divided by 4, 4, 18. 4 plus negative 18. Nope, I got to get 6. Okay, after 4 comes 5. Let's divide 72 by 5. No, that's a decimal. After 5 comes 6. Okay, so I put my positive negative, and I put the number I divided by 6, and the answer I got, 12. Okay, let's add those. Let's go 6 plus negative 12. That's negative 6. Okay, so I got the right number, so I can stop there. But if I had the right number but the wrong sign, we just had fixed that by making them opposite. Plus 12 minus 6. Minus 6 plus 12. Okay. Next 2. M to the second minus 7m minus 120. So I make 2 parentheses. And I'm going to be putting 120 up top. And it's a negative, so again, having a negative up there is important because that would now be a positive times a negative. The signs wouldn't match. Okay. And I'm adding the factors to try to get to negative 7. So if I divide by 1, I get 120, but that's not anywhere close. If you add those, that's not anywhere close to negative 7. 120 divided by 2. That would be 60. Add those, nope. 3. 40. Add those, no. Okay, add those, nope. 120 divided by 5, 5 and 24. Then I just go 5 plus negative 24. Nope, I didn't get 7 in any way. Okay. Positive, negative, divide by 6. So take 120 divided by 6. I got 20. Add those. That's not going to be 7. Okay. Okay, 120 divided by 7 is a decimal, so we wouldn't have that. After 7 comes 8. 8 and 15. How about that? Got to go here. Okay, add those, go 8 plus negative 15. I got negative 7, okay, so that's exactly, and I want it to be negative so I don't change the signs, because I want negative 7. So put plus 8 minus 15. Okay, x to the second plus 3x minus 70, so I make 2 parentheses. Okay, so 70 negative, so that's a positive times a negative, then you divide, okay. 70 by 1 is 70. Nah, that doesn't add up to plus 3. 70 divided by 2 is 35. Add those up, no. Okay, remember I got to add these to get to plus 3, positive 3. Okay, 70 divided by 3 decimal, divided by 4 decimal. Okay, 5 and 14. I got 5, 14. Add those, that's not going to be positive 3, you know that. Okay. Okay, 70 divided by 6 decimal. How about by 7? There we go, 7, 10. Okay. Okay, now I go 7, here's why I circled that, because 7 plus negative 10 is negative 3. Now I at least got 3 out of it, some type of 3. But I need it to be plus 3, not negative 3. Well, I go plus, minus, and I'm good. Okay, so minus 7 plus 10.